Hello everybody, welcome to Day Job. I am your host, Code Marvelous, and today we're going to be playing some Netrunner. We are going to be playing a deck that took down a tournament in NYC. The link is in the show notes if you're on YouTube, or it can be found on Twitch by doing that. So, looks really interesting, to be completely honest. It's specifically like an anti-crowdfunding based deck. So let's see if we can get ourselves an opponent and line it up. This looks like a good opener, so let's keep this. We're up against Chaos Theory. Let's increase the zoom a little bit. Give him the old GLHF, and let's take a look. So it's like a combination jammy, like feed people fake agendas type deal, which I'm pretty okay with. So I think what we're gonna do here is we're gonna hedge fund, and then we are going to put that in a new remote and put the Rashida behind it. So then, was not expecting Falsified out of Chaos Theory. So they get their money for Unsure Gamble. Alright, they're gonna go in. Well, this could be very bad right out of the gate. Sure. Let's do it. Alright, so let's put this in server 1. We're going to put that in front of it. And then we're going to IPO. And we're going to get rid of the domestic sleepers. And probably the Ichi, since it doesn't do anything for us right now. This is not where we want to be this early in the game. So I'm thinking about trashing something, so it's probably a game changer. Oh no, Giordano. That's what we have archive memories for, is to get all those types of cards back. Hey buddy. Going in, they got no money. So we'll take 2 credits here. So this is neat, because that was a 0-point steal. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put a cider there. We're gonna put an Eli there, and we're just gonna advance this once, because if we can use it to get back cards out of the trash, that'll be very good. So we're gonna advance, 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 and score, and we're gonna get 2 credits. Now we have a Vitruvius counter. We need to feed them more 0 points. Now, we could hypothetically fast advance out a remote enforcement here. I don't know if that's worth it. More fake points. Alright. So let's put this on HQ. Let's put that in server 1 and IPO. We can actually, if we archive memories for a Giordano, we can just slow roll now with them having 4 agendas. So we're going to put this Fairchild on R&D because we don't want to have some sort of weird, large-scale event happen. So that Giordano makes this server very secure, even with minimal ice protecting it. Okay, so if I do this, we can do something like this. And we can put Fairchild 3 on the remote. We can gain 2 credits. And we can put this in server 1, then get IPO, and stay up high credit-wise. So they're building up... Oh, a Pancha deck. So this is going to be like the Pancha Deus Ex deck. Interesting. So let's hedge fund, advance, advance, see if we can get them to bite. Any agenda that we get is going to go in with the Giordano, because them having to pay 8 credits to make the run successful is a huge deal. Good morning, Chris. Why do I always get a shadow spot on this side? I don't know, I gotta work on my lighting. Go. Alright. So double Pancha. Uh-oh, it's all about that bread. That gingerbread. Okay, I'm not going to rest the second piece of ice. Hey, Tanuki D. Hey, Spawny. Alright, so they get a Hyperloop and get up to 4 points. That inside job is a waste, so we'll let them use it. We're gonna advance, advance, and score. We'll draw 2 cards. And then we are going to stock buyback for a lot of money. Probably. Especially if with using Dinosaurus, Smoke is probably a better delivery system for this. And then you just run like 1 or 2 Netmarker to further decrease the costs of paying to break ice. And just play triple modded. The really savage thing is if we don't have anything to do, we can always just archive for stock buyback and get like 1 billion credits. But we're not going to do that. We need to make R&D muddier. So we're going to stack some ice. And then we'll put this in the remote. See if we can bait out the stim hack that they're probably holding. Come on. Yeah, I mean, I can also do that. I've been enjoying a Tanuki. I built probably the best Shaper deck I've ever built in my entire career during this meta, so that's exciting. Hey Rotage, nice to see you. What would be ideal is if we could score our other Game Changer so we could do the entire Domestic Sleepers thing in 1 turn. Let's see if we draw it. We don't. So instead we'll just do this and score it. 1 turn to win, my dude. You better make a run. They're probably looking for additional breakers or additional Pantras. Alright, we gotta res everything here to prevent them from having any accesses. Because we can definitely lose on like a bullshit access here. So we really need to force the Jack out. Gonna take the trashes. Probably the daily cast will go next. Or the Pancha that's already been used, that makes sense. This is bad for them. We're setting their entire rig back. And we're still gonna res this, which they now can't break. That was a very bad run for them. Alright, so... we're gonna put the GFI in there. We're gonna put the Eli on there. And we're gonna do one of those. Man, stock buyback. Tell your friends. Great card. Oh, I guess that's why they chose to be CT, so that they could have data foldings. And this is pretty much game right here, I think. I don't think there's a way that they can break everything. Oh, hey Thor, you're down here too? And that's game. All right, one down. What a wild deck. Alright, let's take a look at it real quick while we're waiting. So if we take a look here, one of the primary components of this deck is just that it feeds people points to the point that you can try to win the game with 1 to 2 game changers, and if they get trashed, you have 3 archive memories to get them back. I do not like this opener though. Good luck, have fun. Because against Leela, we definitely want the Centrals to be armored up early. So let's go ahead and we'll put the End the Run Eli on HQ and the Architect on R&D. I'm also wearing my HB purple today, as you can see. You know, we gotta be thematic wherever we can. Alright, so let's draw once. That'll be good later. Let's draw once more. And then let's IPO. I don't like the Corporate Grant sitting there. I'd like to clear that as soon as possible. but we have to be wary of inside jobs and things of that nature. Turntable, interesting. That's very bad for us. So let's put that down while we don't have anything to exchange for it. Let's put that in a new remote and let's draw. Okay. So let's hedge. Let's put this in a new remote. And let us put that in front of that. We can ditch this for now. All these Fisk. I did get a Swordfish shirt at Worlds, but I spilled chocolate ice cream on it out with my daughter. This is wild. I don't like how this is going. So that's 2 Fisks down. How many Fisks are we going to have to contend with in a single game? Alright, we're going to advance. And we are going to put that on R&D. Looks like this player is on to our bullshit. Not a huge fan of that. Perfect. Okay, so we're gonna overwrite what's in server 1. We're going to put this in server 3, and then we're going to hedge, and then we're going to ditch this. It's tough, Easy Diff. She's a good foil for a lot of the stuff that people are playing. I really wish that our opponent would, like, play, though, because this is very frustrating. I hope they get one of the news teams. Nope, of course not. Let's draw. So, this is going to be tough. Because we really need them to score this Domestic Sleepers before we score the GFI. It's tough. Oh, perfect. They're gonna take all those tags. I mean, they're gonna bounce the advanced card, right? That's what I would assume. This deck seems like custom tailored for our deck, which is weird. Well, we can't because they didn't take all the tags. If they had taken all the tags, then we would have been able to. But they did take one of the gang signs. So let's go ahead and put that on archives. Let's put that on HQ. And let's put that back in the remote. Spoilers, what the hell is going on? Alright, now we can score this global food initiative. Which is exactly what we're gonna do. It's the one where when I score, I trash the top card of R&D. This is unreal. I hate gang sign. Next turn, the Giordano and the Vitruvius are going into the remote. Oh, the other game changer got trashed. I don't know how we win this. I don't think we can win this. We don't have enough cards now, I don't think. Like, there's basically no way we keep any of our agendas that are actually worth points. Yeah, that's game. Yeah, so we're gonna lose a Vitruvius here. Good game. That was really frustrating. And I think they made maybe 2 runs on archives the whole game. Yeah, that was tough. I don't know. I don't know how we play around that. That might be an outlier. Knowing what we know now, we should have just, like, jammed as per normal. The big thing is the turntable. The turntable single-handedly, like, ruined us. Because even the gang side, with them getting agendas when we score agendas, isn't such a big deal until they're exchanging every one of our fake point agendas for the ones that we score that are worth actual points. Very problematic. But it is a way of getting around the strategy, so I imagine there's been a fair number of this type of strategy floating around, so that person, Boreera, is designed a deck to compete with that strategy. It's powerful. Oh, look, another Leela deck. Okay, I don't like this hand. This one's okay-ish. It's going okay. We were winning, and now we're just facing Leela every time, so that's less good. Leela's like super duper bad for sports metal. Which is interesting, because Sports Metal is basically the only corp that has any kind of legs against crowdfunding decks that people are playing in Anarch and Shaper, because it can score out so fast. And Leela just says, like, F you to Sports Metal, because of the way she really punishes them for using their corp. They're trying to leverage their corp ability by having a high agenda density. Wonder if they're gonna trash it. Probably. I would if I were them. Alright, let's see if they go for the bait on the news team. But yeah, we have an evolving, interesting meta right now where people are hard countering different strategies that are rising to the top, and then people are countering those counters, so it's nice to see decks kind of shift around. Just run it. That I do not know. That would be a question to ask in on Slack or on at the Nisei Twitter. So let me just. So the top one there is the Twitter. You're gonna want to check that out. I'm not TOing that tournament. I'm just gonna be doing commentary for it. Alright, we need to score an agenda. And we need to get pointy ice on the outside. Yep. So we're going to put that in there. We're going to put that on server 3. Now we're going to gain a bug. And I left that open on purpose because I wanted to make it juicy enough that maybe they would just do that and not challenge the remote at all. We can ditch the game changer. We're probably going to get siphoned into hell. Yep. Probably 2 of them. And then we just need to get a Fairchild. Oh, here comes a big dig. That'll be exciting. Come on, show me some Hyperloops. There we go, baby. Come on, go into archives. Alright, so we're gonna muddy things up a little bit. Perfect. You have to take them. If you don't take them, I'm taking Katie. So they're back down to 1 point. We can now fast advance a GFI out of hand. We'll put that news team in there. And put that in front of it. Make it seem like the real deal. I'm just gonna keep armoring everything up, waiting for an agenda to come along. Probably just drawing towards their icebreakers. Gotta make it look real. Perfect. Alright. Everything's getting res now. Oh, you don't want my fake agenda? Oh, you do want my fake agenda. Because you don't want me to clear Employee Strike. I get it. I want the ice rezzed. I want you to chew up some of your money. That's what we're here for. Action before access, thank you. Gain 5. All right. We're chewing through that money a little bit at a time. So what I'm ideally looking for is a GFI and a Vitruvius, because then I can spend 2 clicks to gain 8 clicks, leaving me with 9 clicks. So then I can install both, be left with 7, and score both. Or I could just, like, try to draw it and see what happens. Like, I could see what happens here. How many of these are in the trash? Regardless, I'm going to need to use archive memories to use stock buyback. What was that, Ratsuka? I really hope they don't strike here. I wonder if they're going to check archives. This is great. I think we just gotta go for it, right? And hope we draw into it. I mean, there's not much you can't do with 19 clicks. Can somebody clip that? Oh, that's some fun bullshit we're playing over here. I do not like that hand. That's way better. Let's give him the old GLHF. Alright. Seems good. Oh yeah, news team. Thank you, sir. They're gonna imp something. They're gonna imp that, yeah. I would if I were them. We're gonna purge, and we're gonna continue on with our lives. Oh, another news team. You have to trash that. Yeah. We preemptively res that. So now if they want that GFI, they have to pay 8 credits after kneeling with Fairchild. So we can try to slow roll it. At 1 point. Come on, yeah! Fake points, fake points. Fake. Alright. So let's have a defensive turn. We're going to put some mud on R&D and HQ since we have there's no pressure on us to score that GFI. I'm hesitant to put the Ichi down because I don't want to give them the opportunity to trash Imp so that they can recur it with Clone Chip. I want them to have to remember to do it, you know? We will double up on the remote here and then advance this twice. And we're gonna hop up to 3 points. Oof, that Proco tempo hit when you're already kind of behind. I don't know if I would agree with that play from them, but I get it. You just want to get it down so that you can try to accelerate back up really fast. I wonder if they're playing Artist Colony. If they're playing Artist Colony, we could be completely fucked. Yo, dog, I heard you like memory, so I put a leprechaun on a leprechaun, so you could leprechaun while you leprechaun. Dave, what do you think? peace in our time. Also, easy diff. What do you think? You were talkative earlier, then you got frustrated like I did with the Leela. What do you think of this sports meta build? Douche canoe. But I want you to run this remote. I need you to run this remote. Just do it for me. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put the Vitruvius in there. We're gonna advance it. Twice. Because I want to have the ability to get things back. Ooh, a stim hack. No, you can just waste it. No free information. This is a very dangerous setup this person's got going with all their breakers on Daemon cards. Alright. So, let's advance. Advance, advance. Score. Get 2 cards. Friday chip. Friday, baby. Baby. Oh, yeah. Seems great. Thanks. They have 6 things in their score area, and they have 1 agenda point. Things are exciting. This deck is wild as shit. So if we don't score into the Game Changer, then we'll score the Hyperloop that's outside of the remote. It's another fake point. Now we'll rest, because you actually have to pay. Alright, another win. They had 8 cards in their scoring area, and for a total of 3 real agenda points. Very exciting. I don't know how I feel about the Rashidas, but that might just be because I've been playing against a lot of Leela. Don't like that. Don't like that hand. That one's not much better. Cool. Cool. Alright, enable video mode. Yeah, so this person's playing my Haley deck. Which they should not have told me, because now I know what the restricted card is, and I know that they don't have anything that is particularly good against us. We're going to see what kind of behavior our opponent shows. Oh, they're going to just go for the setup. Okay, let's score the Hyperloop. Yeah, they're gonna try to go for the hard lock, which is fine. We'll put one Architect on Archives. So that it's always gonna be bad for Nanotech. So let's go ahead and new remote the Vitruvius, and then put the other Hyperloop in another new remote. They did not pawn, which I don't get, but okay. They're not playing the deck right, which is fine. They're focusing too much on setup and they haven't pressured us at all. Sure. It's going to be a huge chunk of change for them, even if they do it with N'Golo, which is mathematically the better way of doing it. Get everything rezzed. Now, ideally here, they would not hit the GFI, but who knows? What are you going to do? Then we'll ditch that. We do have some very muddy ice on everything, though, which feels nice. See if we can bait them through. Force some additional installs. We gotta chew up that money. That's the key. They're going to check that because they want their second run, which means we get more money and they get no points. Then they've already used the ability of N'Golo. So here we're going to use this. And we're going to put Fairchild. We'll do no install. Do we have anything to install from the trash? No. So we just got a little bit of information, basically. Oh, a gauntlet. That's exciting. Gotta get that Vitruvius out of hand, because otherwise it's gonna just get reaped by the Gauntlet. They're gonna go get Corroder. And probably also get cash out of the trash. Things are getting spoopy. Yeah, we're in bad shape. We need a fast advance card. We also would like them to hit some news teams. News teams would be good. We're probably fucked, to be completely honest. Yeah, we're fucked. We don't really have any outs now. No fast advance tools, no big money tools. No, I think we lose pretty hard here, actually. Because we don't have enough money for anything. Someone playing my own deck against me. Feels terrible. I mean, there's still another news team in there somewhere that, you know, they could hypothetically hit. I don't know. I think we're in bad shape, my dudes and dudettes and other people. Oh, this will be nice because they actually have to hard pay here. Oh, that's game. Frustrating. I played that wrong. Good game. But we lost to a deck that I made. So really, it's like a wash. Right? I think there, I shouldn't have tried to rush out the Vitruvius. I should have tried to feed only one pointers to set up for the game changer turn. Just like clicked for credits. a swordfish. Right. While we're waiting. Yeah, the ice looks good. I don't know how I feel about the Ichi. Yeah, I mean, but like adding one best defense doesn't really matter, because if I don't have it on the turn that they install it, they're just going to burn all of the agendas in one turn, right? So, unless I'm willing to put like 2 or 3 in the deck, it's not worth it, right? And I'm not worried about those cards, really. I still really just don't know how I feel about these Rashidas. I don't know, they're good, but I might rather have like a lateral growth or something. I know the idea is it helps you set up a super turn. Might put 1 in just for a little additional economy, see how that feels. I think the big thing right now is I have to remember that no corps are particularly great. So I have to be happy with like 60 to 70% win ratios. Just waiting on an opponent. Don't know when someone will want to play. I like news teams. News teams are pretty good. That game we didn't get to effectively leverage them. There we go. There we go. Baby, let's do it. Or not. Haley, baby! Don't like it. That's better. Good luck, have fun! Alright, so let's hedge. Let's jam. So if they don't have an SMC, then we got this Vitruvius. Love it. Ice Analyzer, interesting. Architect for R&D. Giordano into the remote. Yeah, I can't remind you too much about what your deck is supposed to be. I asked you if you had any more actions. All right, let's start it moving. Try to chew up some clicks and some money. A peddler. I mean, I asked if they had any actions. Like... I'm not obliged to just remind people to, like, of the specific card I'm referencing, right? Like, it's weird. I understand the courtesy thing is to ask people if they have actions, but being like, do you want to use cash? Like, it's the same thing as, like, directly reminding people about Clot or directly reminding people about other triggers. Like, the requirement for me to be courteous and give people windows for their actions does not oblige me to remind them of possible plays they could make. If I'm teaching a new person, or if it's a very casual game with friends, I might do that in person, but I'm not going to remind somebody how to play their deck. That'll be a learning opportunity for them. I mean, I didn't have anything else to do, and I wanted to leave Centrals open because I wanted them to access some cards, maybe steal some agendas. Alright, breakers are going down. That's good. Still no Engolo in play. Sure, spend the money. I think the truly inspired part of this deck is the 3 archive memories, because it means that the Giordano's and things that you lose early, you can always regain them on the turns that they matter. Let's draw once. Let's keep building this remote up. We haven't seen any RDIs or anything like that. There it is. So it's going to be 5 for Nanotech, which feels very good. Now, ideally here, they would hit some imaginary points. No imaginary points. Okay. But we know for a fact that they are going... We got to get rid of that pad tap. We know that the next few cards are not agendas, which is nice. Now we have the very hard choice, though. So this is 5 points. So we have to think about... Or 5 credits for them to break. We have to think about, when putting additional ice on R&D, how much credits of cost it's adding to the access, and whether or not it's worth making it so that they can break Architect for 3 less. Like the net increase per money that we're spending, right? Coming into HQ, I will res here, because I would like them to be forced to go get their last breaker before Ice Analyzer gets too crazy. Yep, not surprising, but I'd like you to chew through a little bit more of your money. All their sure gambles are in the bin. That's nice. That feels good. Alright, so here I think we're going to get rid of that. We'll draw once, and we'll gain a buck. All these people, it seems like a lot of people are finally here and part of the Church of the Gauntlet that I started, so that's exciting. Ooh, Trope. That's interesting to include in a Haley deck. I like that. That's not bad. It's a lot of influence, so I wonder what they may have forsook out of their toolkit for it. But it's certainly not bad, especially since there's a bunch of disposable money in a deck like this. It's not bad. Because you have things like Armitages, which they're hitting down to the last use and then pawning, and daily casts. Ice Analyzers eventually aren't good anymore, and then also caches. It's not bad. And the pad taps. It's not a bad idea. Okay, let's get some money. Probably Archer is probably the worst card in our tableau right now. We can get it back later. These Fair Shells are great against Angolo, especially if they're not running Takabi. New pad tap. Makes sense. So much money. First fake point. Let's go ahead and just get 2 credits. So let's draw once. Let's put that in the remote. Put the Fairchild in front of it. We may be getting into the land where we try to overdraw. This actually costs the same amount as Fairchild 3, which is exciting. I mean, it's not inexpensive for them to get in here. It's 14 credits each time. That ain't bad. Let's get some credits. The Gauntlet is just weighing heavily on my mind, right? We also have to be wary. All right, let's count influence. There's 1 there, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So they're 13. So there still could be a clot in play. So we have to be wary of that. We'll put the GFI in the remote. It is safer there than in HQ. We won't advance it yet. But yeah, there still could be a clot in play. Which, if you're not on Pirates, I can't imagine a reason to use Street Peddler in Haley. Besides having that additional opportunity to trigger her ability and to have like an extra way to have a surprise clot. That's my thought process anyway. Because we've only seen 13 influence. There's 2 influence unaccounted for, and I have a strange feeling that it's either 2 stim hacks or it's a clot. Now, they've already played 1 Maker's Eye. If they're on 1, they're probably on 3, because we haven't seen an RDI either. Alright, so another pad tap. So, the other 2 influence was another Street Peddler and a pad tap. Now the good news is we still haven't seen a single news team, so a Maker's Eye could bump into 1 or more of them, which would feel would just be incredible. So they're gonna have a very lean deck that they're gonna rebuild in some number of turns. Pad taps are such an interesting choice in Haley. I find it really interesting. I like it a lot, actually. So this is where I didn't want to be. Our deck is giving us all of our real points before it's giving us any fake points. Alright, so they're going to rebuild their deck. Okay, so here's to hoping that they hit some fake points here. There it is. First fake point that actually like moves our deck forward. So we're gonna get a Giordano. We're gonna put it in server 1. We're just gonna gain $1. Because now we can really tax runs on that remote. We've seen their whole deck. They don't have anything that they can use to burn fake points. What I really like... Oh, they're going to go for it. Perfect. That's what I was actually kind of hoping for. Because that's very expensive for them. And it's going to chew through a lot of that economic advantage that they currently have. We can do this, I think. Nice. Advance, 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 score. Get money. Whew. This is tense. All right, here comes a Makers. They could hypothetically win off of this. It's much more likely that that would happen. They're probably deciding whether or not they want to trash a Game Changer. See, that's very bad. Okay, we need a fast advance card. I think we're boned. I think we can get there. There's only one more agenda in our whole deck that allows them to win. We gotta go for it. Because right now, they need 12 credits after the end of the run to access that agenda. This is gonna be tough, but we gotta go for it. Oh, fuck. That's game. I made a mistake. That really stinks. I screwed it up. I should have just held it. I may have also just waited too long to play this. Like, somebody played it over the weekend, so people might already be teching for it. Or trying to pilot around it. It's really frustrating. Yeah, sure. The next turn we're going to purge. course, they hit an agenda. We got a purge. All right. So I think next turn we're going to put the Eli down. We're going to put in remote enforcement, and we're going to advance at once. And there's no Dean Lister to worry about anymore, which feels great. I'm going to advance this again. Let's draw. And let's put that on R&D with lateral growth. They're going to try to get some breakers down. One crowdfunding in the trash. Nope. Remote enforcement, my dude. All these Leela decks are super rich, huh? I'd say we would get a Fairchild. And they're going to bounce something. It's probably going to be a piece of R&D ice. And we're going to put that shit back down. That's cute. We're going to just put the Eli in front there. We don't have an archer. Now we've got the Giordano to protect it, so our Rashida might actually fire. That feels very good. So we'll go ahead and end the run there. We'll purge. Get rid of Fairchild. What's our worst right now? Probably the Fairchild 3, actually. We'll res that. They want to spend some clicks. They are welcome to it. That feels very good for us. Now, what I would like, ideally, is to draw into, while they're at this weird point of money. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to put this on the remote. We're going to get the stock buyback out of the trash, and we're going to get some money. I mean, okay. So let's put that in the remote. Let's draw, and let's hedge. Not hedge, IPO. I would love for them to just like hit fake points once in a while. That would be nice. Let's advance. Advance. And then stock buyback. That's pretty muddy for them, which I really like.